All right, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Sportscode Podcast. It's me and my main man Lance. Lance back in the building, aka from the Breaker Boys, Universal Break. I said Breaker Boys.
Hey, sound like we got a motorcycle group, man. I think Chad had got him a bike or something I didn't know something about.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to see you back, man. I know you've been dealing with a lot of different things, man. We love you. We missed you, man. I'm glad to see your face back on here with us.
Glad to be back, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have you back on board with us, man. But so a lot going on in the sports world.
Oh man, I mean, NFL today, boy, they blew up. I mean, you got Tom Brady officially retiring,
Yeah, yeah,
so he can get paid, and then you got my
yeah.
man Brian Flores coming out, man, and suing everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure. What's up, Rob? What's happening? Can you hear us? You good? I don't know if he can hear us.
I don't hear you.
Oh, you don't hear me. Say something,
I,
Lance.
I can hear him.
Yeah, we hear you.
Can't hear you.
He's talking like you can hear me.
Yeah.
Tampa
The
Bay.
goat, man. The goat.
He can hear us, man. He messing around.
I can't hear you.
Rob Day's been
I'm
ruined, man.
de-plugged, man.
He lost his
Oh,
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yeah.
The Ravens are terrible.
man. I can't be having this kind of call with y'all.
He's in mourning, Chad. He's in mourning, man.
It ain't morning, man. It's like 7:30.
I just said you're in mourning, not morning.
I know. I'm just
You know what he's
joking.
talking about. He's just messing around, man. He's silly like that. Hold on, Rob. Let me yeah. Okay. But we live, man. So yeah. Welcome on board, brother, aka Professor. Join the podcast tonight. We just got started, man, and we're just talking about Lance was talking about Tom Brady a little bit. You want to continue on about Tom Brady a little bit more real quick, Lance?
I mean, I'm gonna let Rob take it over. Rob's a real Tom Brady fan, man. Did
Oh
you see
yeah,
that jersey? I gotta bow out right here. He got on the Brady jersey, man.
Bro, I'm no Tom Brady fan, man. I used to hate that mofo. Hated him. Seriously. Hated him. I got posts in my memories on Facebook of me making fun of him about the deflate gate and how he should have an asterisk next to his name and when he goes into the, Hall of Fame, stuff like that. Like, I mean, trust me. I'm no I'm no I'm no Tom Brady fan. Look, I enjoyed it the last 2 years. It was fun. I hated Tampa Bay. I thought their team sucked. I made fun of them the whole time. I
yeah,
was down here.
yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge Ravens fan. I grew up with Johnny Unitas and the Colts, but I was just a little kid, so I didn't. I saw greatness. I heard about greatness in the years later, with him, but I started watching the 49ers and Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and Tom Rathman and Roger Craig, Ronnie Lott. Like that was my team growing up. And then when Joe Montana left, you had Steve Young, and that dynasty. I was watching that. And
Mm.
when we got when we got the Ravens, of course I was Baltimore home team. I went toward the Ravens, but all those years of Tom Brady beating the Ravens and championship games to go to the Super Bowl. Lee Evans dropped that pass. We should have won that game. Just years of him kicking our butt. I hated the guy. I hated the greatness of him, really, was what it was. Never really hated him.
Yeah.
But then when he came to Tampa Bay, man, he won him a Super Bowl. And, in his first year, it was fun watching him this year. I was actually rooting for him because he's my age and he's making millions playing football. And I'm, managing a freaking Wawa. But he was great. He was great. I think it sucks because I kind of wanted to see him do one more year here and then, go out. He went out on top.
Yeah.
Just kind of
Yeah.
sucks. But what'd y'all think about that Cincinnati call?
Oh
It's a
man.
great call, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Joe
I
Burrow,
mean, I
man.
kind of made a good.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I mean, you definitely threw one off the wall because all it took was you watching just one quarter of Cincinnati to realize that they didn't belong on the same field as the Chiefs because their offensive line is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
The fact that Burrow can do anything with that offensive line was crazy. But the most amazing play in that game to me was when Burrow got out of that sack by Chris Jones and then had the awareness to jump over his arms and then get that first down, man. I mean, the dude, Burrow's just a winner. And
Yeah.
it's he did it at LSU, and I've seen all the jokes people have made about they need to do the 30 for 30 from when he got cracked against Central Florida in that bowl game, because after that happened, something happened to Joe Burrow, and the dude just became like refused to lose.
Oh yeah, and Rob calling the game, man. You know, he was like Bengals. I was like, what?
I made a blanket statement. I mean, I said that that Mahomes was going to mess up and throw an interception, but I was like, it's going to be maybe a fumble, special team. I made it kind of blanket. I didn't exactly say, interception, but still, I mean, it's exactly, he threw 2 interceptions. I said, I had a feeling he gave it all in that Buffalo game, and he was going to mess up somehow, thinking he was, the great, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, so I don't know. I had a feeling, but I did say I didn't want to call that. I just kind of like had a feeling, but yeah, I'll wait to give you guys my prediction for next week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I say it this way: the interesting thing about that game to me, and like, because it's happened with Kansas City before, like, and I think it even happened to them probably last year in the Super Bowl. But like, they get on this run where they can't be stopped. Like that first half.
I know.
Like anything they did worked. I mean, they were moving the ball, they were running the ball. McKinnon was getting passes out of the backfield. They were finding Kelsey. They were throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill. And then they get in the second half, and I can only remember one ball being thrown to Hill. I know he didn't catch anything in the second half.
Yeah,
he didn't have anything. They didn't run the ball anymore with McKinnon. Clyde Edwards-Helaire didn't get anything. They didn't look for Kelsey. They did a couple sweeps with McCole, but it's just like, it's to me, like, I couldn't understand. And it's like me and Chad talked about this early in the day. It was almost like it felt like, you don't want to say something was fixed, but how do you go from scoring that many points to having that huge letdown before halftime, and then you can't move the ball in the second half? It ain't like the Bengals defense did anything different at all.
Yeah, you're right. I was shocked. I was sitting there in shock, and I was like, this is going to be a blowout. And then right before the half, when the Chiefs didn't score, they had a chance to go up. It was going to be like 28-3 or something, or I forget what it was going to be, but they was going to be up a whole bunch. And the Bengals stopped them right before the half. But I had no idea that the Bengals would come back and just do what they did like that. And the Chiefs didn't do anything the second half, like you just said. But man, it's crazy. I'm just glad I don't have to see Jake Mahomes, what's his name? His brother, Mahomes and Brittany. I don't have to see that Super Bowl week, so I'm happy about that. And it's good to see too. Go ahead.
I purposely remember during that game tweeting from our Twitter account, "This game is over. Can we please move on to the second game so we don't have to be up till 9 or 10 o'clock?" Like when it was like 21-3.
Yeah, that's
what I remember. I remember putting that. I was like, "Look, this game is over." Yeah. And I think even the dude from what was it, Barstool Sports? Said the same thing. He's like, "Y'all don't belong," And then next thing you know, they win the game. I mean, it was, to me, the Bengals Chiefs game. I mean, the Rams game was great. It was a good game. It was back and forth. But the Bengals-Chiefs game was the best game of the day to me.
They did the same thing the first time they played Kansas City. They were down like 21 or 14, something stupid, and they came back and won in the end. I mean, you can't count out Joe Burrow at the end. And Chase finally got open in the end zone. Oh, Miko's here. All right, I got to go, guys.
What's up, bro?
What's good? What's good? Late man in the building, baby.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? What's happening?
Yo, they got that meme going around where if you had to call somebody to win $1 million or something, and you had to make sure that they like didn't answer the phone or something, like who would you call? For me, it would be Miko at 7:30.
That's a good one, man.
I'd win $1 million all day.
You would. You'd be super rich, bro.
He'd be like, I can't answer this phone right now. I'm talking to the Chick-fil-A girl.
Hey,
That's
that
a
was
good
classic.
one. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. Man, hey, I can't help y'all. Y'all chose my damn gym day, man. I be trying to get my swole on. I ain't messing with y'all, man.
That's
I ain't
stupid.
messing with y'all.
That's
You know what
funny.
I'm saying?
Oh man, good stuff.
Hey, man. Hey, man. You know. Hey, if you put it for a weird time like 7:41,
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I got you,
Oh,
bro. I
man.
got you. See, people like me, you got to trick, man. You got to be like, yo. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, you know what? My family, my real true story, we really do shit like this. It's like, it ain't just me. I think it's kind of in our genes. We'll be like, hey, we're having a get together. The get together's at 3, right?
Yeah.
But the get together really doesn't start until 5.
5.
So we tell everybody it's at 3
Yeah.
to make sure they show up on time at 5.
Yeah. I have to do that with my son, man. It's called CP time, man. Color people time.
That's right.
Slow.
Wow.
It has to be built in, man. It's like a computer program. You gotta
Yeah.
build that
I
shit
gotta
in.
call HR on this one.
Don't
Hey,
tell me what
man,
time I gotta be there. 8:30.
Yeah.
I'll be there at 8:48.
Yeah. He just like my son.
Yo,
My son, same way.
next week the call starts at 7:20.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Good
I will
one.
be
Good one, Rob.
right. Hey, look, no. You really need to do about 7:11. You know what I mean? Like 7:11.
7-Eleven.
Make sure I'm there at 7:30. You know what I mean? That's what you
Oh,
got
yeah.
to do.
That's what's up, man.
What y'all got going on, man? Y'all talking about these damn games?
Yeah, man. We're glad to see your
Rob,
face,
you
man.
been
Glad to see you
right
back.
like a motherfucker, man.
Huh?
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
This
Rob.
son bitch been right as hell. And you know the funny thing? I forgot to go on your post and talk shit because I meant because I watched the replay.
Yeah.
I said, man, what the hell, Rob talking about the Bengals gonna win? I was like, I'm gonna tear his ass up, but I forgot to do it.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals lost. I said, I ain't posting shit.
Yeah.
The motherfucker was right again.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it ain't all that special, dude. It's 50-50 shot. I mean,
Yeah.
come
I
on.
understand.
Anybody could have called that. There were a lot of people
No.
saying the Bengals were gonna win.
Bro,
They
Ain't
called
nobody
a
saying
50-50 shot, but also said Mahomes was going to throw a pick to lose the game. And what happened? Mahomes throws a pick and they lose the game.
Yeah, yeah.
it's
That's
crazy.
50-50
And it
shot
should
with
in the
details.
game really should have been done.
Yeah.
When old buddy come on, man. No. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the San Francisco game.
San
My
Francisco
bad.
game.
Yeah, my bad.
No.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. Mixing up games. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game. Yeah, 18-point lead, and I don't know if it's my turn. I don't know where we at, but it's just
It's
crazy to me how you could have Patrick Mahomes and an Andy Reid led team. Period. I'm giving shit who's on the team. You give him an 18-point lead.
Yeah, it's
You're
over.
not supposed to. You're not supposed to lose that.
No.
You're not supposed to lose that under any circumstances. And you go into overtime and you get the ball.
Yep.
It's like 99% chance you're gonna win. You got Patrick Mahomes on your team.
Yeah. And speaking of overtime, bro, what do y'all think about overtime? Y'all think it should be changed? I know Lance always keying in on that. What do y'all feel like?
Absolutely.
I had somebody propose to me something the other day that I've never heard about or never thought of, but it made sense. So they said the first team that gets the ball gets a chance to score a touchdown. If they score, they kick the extra point. The other team gets a chance they get the ball and get a chance to score, but if they score, they've got to go for 2 to win the game. I was like, that would be kind of gangster. So each team gets a chance to score. So even if the team scores first, they get a chance to stop them. But if the other team does score, they got to go for 2 in the win.
Makes sense.
But a game like that Kansas City Buffalo game, like, can you imagine if they would have, like, so in the playoffs or whatever, let's say, you just keep giving them a chance to score until the 15 minutes runs out. You know what I'm saying? That game would have went on for a while. That would have been awesome to just watch them go back and forth. I mean, it's the playoffs. It's what people want to see.
Yeah.
You score, they score, and they win. And Josh Allen was salty as hell when they called tails and got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. I mean that would be cool to watch, and even the extra whole 15, a whole quarter, another whole quarter of play would be cool. But I'm just a proponent of letting both teams get a possession period. Right. I don't give a shit what happens. I think that solves your problem. Like because right now we got it. What's it like? If you kick a field goal, the other team can get a shot. Right. That's bullshit. Like Just let both teams get a possession. Period.
All right, so let's say both teams get a possession. But say both teams get a possession, both score a touchdown, then what? Next score wins? Because then it's the same thing. Then Kansas City goes down and wins anyway.
True. In that case though, what you could do is that would be because then you would run into
what I'm saying is you let them play it out or whatever in that time frame, and that really gets you to, you have to have time management, you have to use your timeouts correctly, you have to do everything like perfectly to get the, you know what I'm saying? It's another 15 minutes, make it 10 minutes and see what happens.
That's the only caveat to that, because they're not going to play another quarter. Nobody's going to sign up for that, right? But if you cut it in half, if you put it at 7 minutes, maybe that's cool, right? But it's like, because the only thing I would say, I mean, if both teams score, then you go into sudden death, right? Similar to what college does, however the hell they want to do it. But because I love how college does it, I just think it's kind of elongated the way they do it. Like, okay, you choose defense.
Have you seen how they changed it this year too?
They changed it.
So we're now, both teams score, you immediately go for 2 points. Or no, if both teams score their first possession, I think it's the second or third series that everything's a 2-point conversion. So everything's like you score and you keep on. If you don't, you lose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Like, overtime is goofy, man. Like, but I do believe the current system isn't much better than what we grew up with. I don't think so. I don't think it's that much better, because like back in the days of field, as long as you get it and you get a field goal, you win. That's how a lot of squads won. Now it's basically, hey, you get it, you score a touchdown, you win. It's almost the same thing, just ups the ante a little bit. But yeah, a lot of work can be done in that one, and we definitely should.
Personally, I'm not like, during the regular season, it doesn't bother me, because like, I'm not saying the games don't matter that much in the regular season, but nobody cares about the Jets beating the Giants or anything like that in overtime. Like, we could care less. But during the playoffs, like, if that is your peak of your best players playing each other, why would you not want to give Josh Allen a chance, who has just put on a heck of a drive to get down there and score? And unfortunately, his defense couldn't stop him in 13 seconds. And secondly, why in the world is the special team coach not telling them to dribble the ball down the field so they have to run time off the clock? That made no sense to me.
Still didn't understand that one.
Me either.
The other thing with that, you just said it perfectly. I mean, Buffalo was the number one freaking defense all year. They are supposed to stop them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do it. So, I mean, it is what it is. And even in overtime, they should have stopped them to a field goal. If you're the number one defense, you got to stop them. Not playing. How do you stay off of Kelsey that far? They made their mistakes and they paid for it. It is what it is. So, I mean, it all depends on how you look at it.
13 seconds.
I mean, like, even if you take the Bengals game, the Chiefs go down there and score, but then immediately get the ball right back after scoring and get another chance to score. Like, to me, you just wear the defense out the whole time, and then, like, we're going to give you the ball immediately, and the defense is tired, and, you got to stop Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
And they did. They did, though. I mean, he threw an interception in 13 seconds, which I thought was kind of funny.
He sure did. And it was. I ain't gonna front, bro. I didn't even see the interception.
That was a great throw. Tyreek Hill should have caught that shit. That was a great throw. It was perfect.
That's what I was about to get to. It's like, you can't blame. Like, we blame him. We're saying he threw it. He technically threw it, but that was a perfect ball. Yep. Tyreek Hill just fucking didn't catch it. It bounced off.
I mean, if you look, the defender actually made a great play. He swapped,
and that was
Eli
Apple, right? Eli Apple.
Unfortunately,
the Troll King finally got a good play, but still.
That shit's funny though.
I love it.
He got dusted all day.
I don't like him though, because he was talking. He was trolling my Eagles way back in the day when he wasn't shit as a punk ass Giant. But that's neither here nor there. I'll hold grudges. Fuck that guy.
He says he's got 2 Super Bowl tickets for him.
That's crazy. I'm like Rob, man. 8 minutes, bitches. Who go win the game? Somebody go win the game. Got 8 minutes.
That's probably the most comprehensive, best way to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, I'm sorry that players ain't trying to do that shit. Because you know what I'm saying? That's the standpoint. I'm like, for the fans, for us, that's the best way.
Yeah.
But for the players who already don't want to play 18 games, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to play preseason games. Man, it's going to be hard to get the NFLPA to agree to, hey, we're going to change the overtime to now you're playing a whole nother half a quarter or whatever it is.
It also gives the team to like show their strength too. I mean, you could clear out 8 minutes in one drive, you know what I mean, and then win the game. But you had to, you got to stop them, type of thing. I don't know. Yeah. I was just thinking that, like I said, they should at least play it out. That's just not fair, but it is what it is. It's the way it is, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
I know.
Nobody's bitching about it before, and now everybody's bitching about it because we know Buffalo deserved that chance.
Right.
That's the only
good point.
Because
Buffalo beats the Patriots or beats the Chiefs. They beat the Bengals. I love Joey Burrow, but he wasn't beating Buffalo.
What about that play too? That play, it looked like I don't know if y'all talked about that or not, but that one play that Andy Reid, it seems like he was trying to get a challenge on, where the Bengals were driving down and Joe Mixon looked to have fumbled. Yeah, and I looked at that again. I was like, yo, I think he was right. But
I agree with the rule that he gave himself up. Like, to me, and the whistle had blown too.
But this is my thing. When the hell have you seen a running back give himself up? He wasn't giving himself up.
He thought he got touched because he hit his own player. He didn't know it was his own player.
Right. And that's my thing. That's why the ref said he gave himself up. Nah, bro. You just weren't paying attention on that damn play. Just and I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But man, there ain't a running back in the league, first string all the way down to practice squad, who's gonna give himself up. That's not their mindset. They don't do that.
If it was McVay, he would have challenged it. He challenged every damn play.
I was like, and I swore they were gonna lose because of that. What was that? It was one challenge. I'm like, bro, how does that? I forgot which.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Right. Like, what the fuck? Like.
Yeah, McVay.
Now you got like one timeout and 14 minutes left in the fourth. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Dumbass. But they won any damn way.
Hey, man.
On a serious note, how you guys feel about that Brian Flores shit?
Oh yeah.
I saw that. I just saw that at the TV on the TV.
Yeah, what you think about that?
So he's saying they were going to pay him $100,000 a loss to tank in the 2019 season so they could get a better draft pick.
Yes.
He didn't do it, which is awesome, and they had like ostracized him ever since then. Yeah. Then he goes and wins another complete season for you guys, gets his team to play and do everything he's supposed to do, and then you fire him after that, after he had 2 winning seasons with a shit team. Yep. How do you fire a guy like that just because he didn't conform to your bullshit? I think he's got a case, but the NFL's saying he doesn't. I think he's got a case. I don't know about like Denver or anybody else trying to, Giants, him going out for those jobs. Yeah, I don't know about that shit, but I think he's got a case.
Yeah, he got a serious case, man.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen so far was there was accusations that what's his name, Stephen Ross or whoever the owner is of Miami, wanted him to basically, I don't even know what the fucking legal word is, but they wanted Deshaun Watson out there, right?
That's right.
And he wanted Flores to kind of recruit him or some shit of that nature, but he refused to do it. So it kind of the same thing you were talking about. It's like they were asking him to do kind of integrity type shit that kind of, that's against the rules, brother. So Stephen Ross ended up having him on a yacht to, just talk about have a basic ass meeting, then tell him he was also, and let me say this too, they didn't name the player, but if you read the paragraph, it's obviously Deshaun Watson, right?
Yeah.
And the player showed up, was invited to the yacht also. And Brian didn't know he was supposed to be there, and he ended up getting pissed off and just leaving the fucking yacht altogether. And that rubbed the owner the wrong way. And then I saw did y'all see the text messages between him and Bill Belichick?
Yeah.
So that shit was hilarious. I'm like, yo, that Bill really don't know how to don't know what the fuck he doing with a cell phone, I guess, for real. Huh? It's like, yo, I got 2 Bills in here. I mean, 2 Brians. Let me see. Hey, Brian, look, them motherfuckers want you, dog. Look like they looking at you. They're like, yo, you talking about me?
They
Brian,
told you that. They told you that.
Right? Like they ain't called me. I don't know. Did he have an interview scheduled with him? Was that the word?
I think he did interview with him. I think he did interview with him. He interviewed with a lot of teams.
I know he did with a few. I don't know if he did with the Giants per se. I don't know if not, but it was so funny because reading through the text, it looks like the conversation before was, yo, hey, so this team's looking at you. Other team, the other person you thought you were talking to on another stream, and you mixed the 2 up, and it's like, oh shit, man, this is Brian Flores, not Brian Daboll. My bad. And they announced Brian Daboll like 2 days ago. He said, I totally fucked this up. Yeah, you did. You did, bro. Yeah. So,
what's up, Teresa?
Hey, Teresa.
I think it's in Brian Flores' defense. I mean, I've always felt like with the NFL and how they recycle coaches, to me is ridiculous. You have some of the worst coaches get fired. Well, not just that, but I mean, even think about like this. Think about Bill O'Brien being with the Texans and everything he did with the Texans, of how terrible he's made the Texans now. He goes to Alabama with Nick Saban, has a decent year. I still think he's a terrible offensive coordinator. Like, Alabama is one of the best scoring offenses in the year previous. They have a Heisman-winning quarterback, and they really can't do anything. And you're talking about all these NFL teams that are gawking over him to bring him back to be an offensive coordinator. And it's like, please tell me what he did or what he's shown you that shows he's ready for the NFL. Nothing. But then even if you look at it, when you talk about the Rooney Rule and having to interview coaches of color,
bullshit.
Like, no disrespect to Hines Ward. I love Hines Ward. He's one of my favorite wide receivers as a Steeler and as a Bulldog. But how in the world does the Texans seriously interview Hines Ward for your head coaching job, and the dude has never even really held a position as a collegiate coach? I love Hines Ward. I'd love for him to bring him to Athens, but he's never been a head coach. The same way that this same Miami team interviewed Thomas Brown, who is another former Georgia Bulldog that I love, but he's just a running back coach for the Rams. No coordinator experience, no head coaching experience, but the Miami offers him. They interview him. So how do you have somebody like Flores that, to me, you can say what you want about Miami. Miami is not a destination where great coaches want to go. It's not a great destination where players want to go. It's in a beautiful location. That's about it. So how do you fire a guy that basically had your team clicking and playing well at the end of the season to go out? And I don't even know if they've hired anybody yet.
Nope.
But how do you fire a guy like that? And like, what reasoning do you have to fire him?
You don't have any. You don't. He wouldn't do your bidding, basically.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like telling him to do the wrong thing. And if he does the wrong thing, you can fire him for that. But if he doesn't do the wrong thing, you fire him anyway, and he has no recourse about it at all. It's just, hey, you didn't make the playoffs, even though you had a winning record. Like, shit, has he had a losing record out there? Or he's been 500 or better or something? I don't know, but he's obviously done an excellent job. Like, in the same vein, somebody like Josh McCown, who was I don't know what he is. He's on somebody's squad, but he's getting run as the Texans head coach. How?
He was 24 and 25.
24 and 25, right. With no players, with a limited quarterback, and one of the best defenses in the NFL, and most people can't name 3 players from it. So it's like, come on, son. You gave this dude
Same thing in Las Vegas. Look at Las Vegas. That dude came out as an interim coach and took them to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Right. And then but Josh McDaniels, let's get him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, crazy. It's crazy. Like, but like, I've always said that, man. Like, in a league that is run by old, rich, white guys for the most part, besides like 2 people, they're going to hire people who look like them. This is what it is, man. This is what it is. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
And to me, like you hire these people and they're not successful. So you should look at it as the standpoint as, all right, cool. We keep doing the same thing and getting worse results for the same results. So, I mean, it's just like, to me, I think it's a remarkable job. You know, I'm not a big Steelers guy, but I think what Mike Tomlin's done in Pittsburgh is remarkable. The dude's never had a losing season.
Never.
Probably had one of the worst teams that he's ever had this year, and got him to a winning record. You know, and it's just like the NFL.
Masterful.
You know, they get fixated on all these young coaches that have some kind of lineage to a Shanahan or to something
Sean
like
McVay.
that. Like Sean McVay was on Bill Belichick's staff, and it's like, all right, well that means absolutely nothing.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
Definition of insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it comes down to, can a coach football or can he not? You know, okay, I can give you the best players in the world, but if you can't coach, it doesn't matter if you have the best players because you're not going to get the most out of them. I mean, honestly, Mike Tomlin got the most out of his team this year and had a winning record. I mean, how many times did Big Ben fall down this season? And he kept getting back up.
I'm putting a lot of likes in there for that. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I mean, it's just we all know that, you know, African American coaches have a shorter leash than everybody else. Like that's just life. It's not in you know, I don't want to get outside of football too much, but that's in life in general.
It ain't just football, man.
It ain't just football, right? I could be the fucking store clerk, and if my drawer short 1 cent and Susie over there she's short $1, I'm getting fired for my 1 cent before she getting fired for that.
Bro,
it just
don't bring Miss Susie into this.
Hey Susie, I love you, Susie. But but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Because I mean, when you have a league that's 70+% black, but you're telling me that because let's be real, outside of coaching, man, like being
you got the kicker and the quarterback and Cooper Kupp. The kicker, the quarterback, and Cooper Kupp.
Right. That's it. Like everybody else, they melanated like a son bitch. It's like, goddamn. But you know what? Hey, we don't need nobody who look like them to lead them. No, it's not gonna work out.
I mean,
that's
but even
crazy.
If you think about this, I mean, you take another guy that I think's done a phenomenal job that doesn't get a lot of talk about, but even with the 49ers, take what DeMeco Ryans has done as their defensive coordinator.
Right.
I mean, DeMeco Ryans has never had any kind of coaching experience. He doesn't come from any kind of Belichick coaching tree, you know, but he steps from being a player to being a coach. And the 49er defense was probably one of the best in the league down the stretch. I mean, basically had to win to get in the playoff and gave the Rams everything they wanted. The 49ers were a competent quarterback away from being in the Super Bowl.
That's right. That's exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah. Well, biggest name, Eric Bieniemy. How in the hell does Andy Reid have to come out and tell people, hey, folks, Eric calls the plays? What in the hell else have you seen something like that? Where it's like, hey, the coach has to come and tell y'all, hey, this guy over here, he's pretty fucking good. You know, just letting y'all know, he's been my offensive coordinator since Matt Nagy was gone. I mean, come on. Like, and he hasn't gotten a job.
Like, even for him, he was the guy that I said the Falcons needed to hire. Like,
right.
To me,
I thought you would.
He was the guy. And he didn't even
Arthur
get an interview.
Smith. Exactly. So, it is what it is, man. I mean, that's just one of those sore subjects that's like I say, it's just not football. It's like it's everywhere. It's like, hell, look at basketball. Look at NBA basketball. Look at college football. I swear, like you were talking about, what's his name? Whatever the old Houston coach down in Bama.
Bill O'Brien.
Right. Yeah. I mean, doesn't it seem like it doesn't matter who you stick into that offensive coordinator role under Nick Saban?
They're gonna have success.
They're balling. It don't fucking matter. They get a job and they go somewhere and they stink. That's just what happens. It's what it is.
You getting the best athletes in the world.
You got the right. Your
Some
third
Urban
stringers
Meyer
were
shit.
Yeah.
right. I swear,
No, it ain't no
Alabama
Urban Meyer
third
stuff.
stringers were.
Urban Meyer stuff. You gotta kill somebody or rob somebody to play for him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. That's right. Hey, you gotta where your street cred at, bro? The street cred at.
Yeah, that's basically what Aaron Hernandez was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hernandez popping cats every day, all day.
But I mean, even in like when you talk about, I think the cool part where I think college football is more diverse than the NFL. I mean, some of the greatest coaches, like I'll just use Georgia as an example. You take Georgia,
Of
some
course
of the
you will.
greatest coaches that they have. Well, I mean that's what I'm familiar with. We're national champions, so I mean,
I'm messing with
winners.
you. Go ahead.
But I mean, you take Dale McGee, who's Georgia's running back coach, and you look at some of the guys that he's recruited to come to the University of Georgia. Even with Brian McClendon, the guy that he just hired, African American coaches that are respected, that players love. I mean, look at some of the guys that McClendon recruited: Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, Isaiah Crowell. Even Dale McGee. Some of the guys that he's recruited. You got Zamir White, you got Dalvin Cook's brother. So those guys are guys that can relate, and they're coaching these guys and getting them put into the league. So what makes you think that those guys can't go on to take another position, head coach, offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, whatever, and be successful? They're the ones that are getting these kids to play for them and getting them to perform.
Right.
It ain't Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick ain't getting somebody to go out there, Mac Jones, to go out there and do great. Mac Jones is getting a check. Anybody can tell a quarterback, hey, I need you to go out there and win a game. But it's about being relatable and getting guys that want to play for you and like you. And to me, I think even, we talk about owners. To me, I think that's why the Dallas Cowboys are cursed, because Jerry Jones won't get out of the way. He's a terrible owner. I mean, really and truly, and you talk about recycled coaches, Mike McCarthy, please tell me what he did to deserve to take the Dallas job. He only sucked at Green Bay for the tail end of his
coordinators
career.
are better than him. Both of them.
Yeah.
That's correct. But you know what? You make a good point, because the thing is, I always challenge anybody when we talk about this black coach thing. Like, look at the sidelines of it, like you say, in collegiate football, of NFL football, hell, high school football, any football, period. Mm-hmm. Look at all the assistants. They're majority African American.
Yep.
Majority. Yep. And you telling me the head guy can't ever be one of those guys? It's crazy to me. So it's like I said, it's a sore subject, but
well, I mean, it's the same way when you talk about the school that you like, Miko, the Florida State. When Deion Sanders wanted the job at Florida State,
that's a perfect example.
Florida State did not give him the job, so Deion Sanders went out and stole the number one recruit in the country and a 2-year Florida State commit just because you didn't give him the job.
Yeah, that was a sore subject. I hate that shit, but
that's why y'all ain't be nothing for a long time, because of that move right there.
But you know what? Bigger than that, though. Bigger than that was when you compare Willie Taggart, right? Because remember, Deion got an interview after we fired Willie Taggart. We fired Willie Taggart after 2 seasons, when he, to be real, did a little bit better job than Mike Norvell has done so far, right? But he still gets fired, and hell, people were calling for him to get fired after the first or second game at Florida State. So it's like it's a double standard. They've both been there for 2 years. Willie Taggart had a better season. He didn't freaking lose all the time to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only game you got. Like, shit, you got to beat them at least one of these times. And it's like, hey, black guy can't get it done. Bring in the other guy. You're right. Like, that was a publicity stunt. I knew they weren't gonna give Deion a fair shot. But the thing is like, that's what. And I'm glad it happened, because it taught him a valuable lesson. It's like, college football is all about recruiting, dude. Yeah. All about recruiting. You got to get the best players there. Right. And who in the hell? You don't have anybody out there better than Deion. I don't give a shit if Deion can coach or not. Right. Make him the head coach and let him hire a bunch of guys who can actually coach. Right. Let him bring all the players in.
He'll get all the recruits.
Come on, like
that's 90% of a job of a head coach in college football.
Right. That's all they do.
With players that are better than you, or coaches that are better than you.
Nick Saban and Kirby were here in Warner Robins like last week.
Yeah. On the
flying
helicopter.
in recruiting. Like, yeah, you saw on the helicopter. Like, yo, man, come on. What's up? That's yours. Yeah, so it's like it is what it is. It is what everybody knows it, but it's like it's a part of systemic racism, right? Because it's so big that not one or two people can really do. Everybody knows it, but it's so huge that you need a systemic movement to actually change these types of things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's what it is. It's bigger than us.
I'll tell you one thing that I've never liked about when you talk about the Rooney Rule with it. To me, I've never liked that they make it a requirement. Like when I say make it a requirement, it should not be a requirement. You should be bound to determine to find the best coach, and that's based on credentials. And then wasn't it? I think also they did something. The NFL did something where they gave like extra draft picks, if you had certain people on your staff that were African American or things like that.
Yes.
See, like stuff to me like that is like a slap in the face, and people accepting that or taking that to me is the bigger issue, because it shouldn't be, all right, well, we're going to hire an African American coach and we're going to give you something extra, or we're doing this to get something extra. It's to say, no, we're hiring this guy right here that is a phenomenal coach. He'll be a phenomenal person for our franchise, and he's African American, but he's great at what he does. I mean, there's no way you could tell me that any coach in the NFL or for any losing team right now is better, could do better than Eric Bieniemy would do. I mean, the guy is a great offensive coordinator. He's a great coach. He's been, mentored by a great guy, and he can't even get a legitimate interview or a legitimate job or get an opportunity. Makes no sense to me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Totally agree. Yeah, 5 openings, and how in the hell the top coordinator isn't like the hot guy? I don't understand, but we know why.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly. I was like, what don't you understand? We just talked about why we understand. We all understand. It's just not right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And that's why the Cowboys will continue to suck. That's why the Jets will continuously be the Jets. The Giants will be the Giants, and Miami will continue to be only a beautiful place to be.
Yeah, you just go down there from South Beach. That's about it.
Does Deshaun Watson ever see play again in football, y'all? Or he done?
Hell yeah, he gonna play for the Eagles.
Shit, he might be on Tampa Bay next year.
That's a good point.
Nah, I'm telling you, don't sleep on Kyle Trask for Tampa Bay, man. I think Kyle Trask is gonna be really good.
Nah, bro, they're gonna be looking at Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Garoppolo, Russell Wilson, and even freaking Andrew Luck's getting thrown into this mix.
Boy, if Andrew Luck comes back, man, I swear you're gonna have some people.
I'm late with it. I couldn't find
it. Andrew Luck, he's gonna get hurt on the first play. That dude looks like he's been like cooking meth in a trailer park lately.
He looked like Forrest Gump after he went for that run.
Oh yeah, run, Forrest.
Shit, I'm done running. I want to play football now. What happened to you,
it's
man?
definitely going to be an interesting off season. I mean, I think.
You think Gronkowski comes back?
No. Nope. He done.
I think Gronk retires. Hell, he retired before.
Yeah, he went Brady. He came out with Brady
to play with Tom.
Yeah.
So I definitely think he's going. He's going
unless somebody like, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers. It has to be
OJ Howard.
Yeah.
OJ Howard finally going to get a shot.
Oh yeah.
He's like, yes.
And I didn't talk about that has been something that's been puzzling to me for the longest time, ever since Tampa Bay drafted him. Like, I know he's been injured a couple times, but OJ Howard at Alabama was a walking mismatch and single-handedly beat Clemson in that championship game. And like, you mean to tell me you can't get him the ball?
That's right.
And who's the other tight end that Tampa Bay's got? They always try to throw the ball to.
Cameron Brate.
Cameron Brate.
Yeah, Cameron Brate.
I would take OJ Howard over Cameron Brate all day long. Day long. I like OJ Howard just sitting on the bench and going into irrelevance in Tampa Bay has just always blown my mind.
Bro, you know Tom Brady likes to throw to them little white guys.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or big white guy.
Got him, yeah.
I see. That's what I was telling somebody today. I said, man, I haven't seen a white receiver be this successful since daggum Wes Welker. You got Cooper Kupp, man, that just catching everything. Man.
Coop is that. He is that dude, man. I've been so impressed with that dude this year. I swear to you,
it's like, you watch him run routes and like he's just shaking people out of their shoes, and you're like, this dude, how in the world?
He's a baller.
He's the other dude too. What's the kid played at Clemson? Why can't I think of people's names today? Yes, Hunter Renfrow.
Wait a minute,
bro. Like,
you get the Raiders, right?
Yeah, for the Raiders. Man, what kind of route is he running? And the crazy part is like, let's be real. Anybody can. Well, I ain't gonna say anybody. You can do that, but you have to be on the same page with your quarterback, right? Because your quarterback has to know you're doing all this little bullshit, and they got to know where you're going, right? And kind of anticipate where you're going. And it's like watching him and Derek Carr work is like, damn.
Yeah.
Speaking of Derek Carr, that's another name that got dropped that might come to Tampa.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get somebody because they got a team that's ready to win. They're not rebuilding.
Right.
It's all these free agent dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, this offseason is gonna be crazy. I mean, super crazy because
I can't wait.
I don't. Part of me thinks that Aaron Rodgers might go back to Green Bay, but then there's a part of me that he's going to look at what Tom Brady did and be like, look, I can go to a team that wants to win, and we can win now.
No, Aaron Rodgers is trying to come to the Peninsula of Freedom, man. He don't want to wear a mask. He ain't going to worry about vaccination. That boy is coming to Florida.
Best place to come, straight to Florida.
He gonna be walking around coughing on everybody at Publix and shit. It's crazy. I can see it, man.
You say he going to Miami?
Ron DeSantis be like, yo, fuck.
He ain't going to Miami. Miami's got Tua Tagovailoa, or whatever Chad calls him.
Tua Tapioca.
I can't say that name. I can't say that name for shit, man.
Terrible, man.
No, Rodgers coming to Tampa Bay, son.
Tampa Bay, son.
Man,
I can't root for Rodgers like that. I don't know why.
You're gonna have to though. He comes to Tampa Bay.
Nah, man, nah.
Man,
I want to see Russell Wilson come to Tampa Bay.
That'd be cool.
Man, neither one of them gold jacket boys better not come behind no damn Tom Brady and that shit again. No,
I'm not a Bucs fan anyway. Like I said, I'm a hard, for life Ravens fan. At the same time, I like having a team in the NFC because I live here. It was fun watching Tom Brady. I don't know that when they're all gone. I mean, it's like I'll root for Mike Evans. I like Mike Evans, but I mean, Godwin's probably not coming back. I'm not saying that I'm a bandwagon guy. Agent, right? I'm just saying it was fun watching Brady in his prime playing in Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Other than that, I want the Ravens to win the Super Bowl next year. We're going to get all our boys back. And we're going to come for all y'all team, every one of you.
Oh, Lord.
And I'll agree with Rob. I'll say this. I never enjoyed watching Tom Brady play till he went to Tampa. Like I
there you go.
I could not stand Tom Brady when he played for the Patriots. Like I watched every game intently for him to lose, and he would always win, and I always hated it.
Yeah, he's
totally agree.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun. Same thing.
Again, back in 04, they was proud of my boys. That was my goddamn Super Bowl, bitches. Spygate shit.
I think there's two logos in the NFL that makes everybody cheer for the opposing team. That's the Patriots and the Dallas.
And Cowboys.
See those two logos, you're cheering instantly for the other team.
Yep.
Shout out to my boy Duggar. He a big Dallas fan. He's so distraught.
Chris Duggar.
Still. Yeah, Chris Duggar. He's so distraught about Dallas losing. It's all a conspiracy theory now. It's all Illuminati and all this other bullshit. And he is dead serious. I hope you're watching. Duggar, get off that dumb shit so we can talk football again.
Come back to reality.
They just weren't that good, man. It ain't the Illuminati. They just weren't that good.
He sounds like a true patriot to me.
Yeah.
I just think again, you go back to coaching. They had terrible coaching. Mike McCarthy is horrible.
Yeah.
That's why Dallas lost.
Suck.
Man, that fucking great. That was great.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Oh yeah.
That boss ass. They had that boss ass roster, and let's be real. Like going back to that game, they really shouldn't even been in it.
No.
Like San Francisco was like bullshitting, kicking field goals when they really should have been going for it on those 4th and 1s, 4th and 2s,
Right.
and they probably would have got them because they were pushing them all over the field. But yeah, it's the referee's fault because they're calling holding.
Probably one of the most impressive things that I've seen this year is the way that they use Deebo Samuel. Like I know Rob was big on Deebo in the beginning of the year, and I only viewed him as a wide receiver. But watching them down the stretch and they put that man at running back, Deebo Samuel is a horse, man, at whatever position he plays. I don't know what you call him.
Yeah. Right. That's what I was talking
about. He was the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the whole offense. Like man, I know we saw what Cordell Patterson was doing, and we've seen Ty Montgomery kind of do this back in the days, I think with the Packers or somebody. But it's like you've never seen a dude with that much wiggle and agility,
right?
That much speed,
power,
those hands, power, just ball carrier vision, like breakaway speed. Like he is a freaking Madden freaking cheat code. Like that. And I did not see that with him coming out. He came out of South Carolina, right? I didn't see all that.
No, me either. And like what Rob said, and what I love about him more than anything, man, he loves the game, bro. You saw him on the sideline bawling, crying, because he loves it. When you got players like that on your team, boy,
you good.
You good. Because he loves playing. He don't care about none of all that other stuff. He just like playing ball. He loves playing.
Just play ball, bro. That's what he do. He went out there and did it.
If Shanahan and them are all in on Trey Lance.
Oh yeah, Garoppolo done.
Hate to cut this short, gentlemen, but I got a trip to Vegas to plan. I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys next week.
Who you going with?
Huh?
Who you going with?
My wife, you dumbass.
Not you, son of a bitch. Not you.
All right, bro. Let's see.
I'll catch you guys next week. It was a good episode, man. It was good hearing from all of you guys. You guys got to keep it going because you got a lot of good input on everything. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, bro. See you, man. Be safe.
Love you guys. I'm out.
Bro.
See you
later.
Hey, man. He retired. It's for real this time.
Bye.
To get that money.
I'm gonna go cry in my Brady shirt. Deuces.
Later, bro. Peace. Crazy, man.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, Rob.
Yep. Bro, Tom Brady retired. That shit. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna even believe it until I actually see the new football season start and him not playing on the team. I'm just not gonna. I don't know. I still think it's surreal. Like nah, man. This song has been playing since I was a senior in high school.
So Mike Tomlin gonna give that man a call and tell him to call up Gronkowski.
Yeah,
let's do it one time.
Oh yeah,
I like that. I bet Ben was like, "Damn, it's something." I thought I was gonna be the top of the motherfucking class, but
he just messed up. He messed up his Hall of Fame, man. He messed him up.
I'm like, yo.
I'm like, I'm coming back one more year, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna come back one more time because the Hall of Fame speech, man, is gonna mess me up.
Right. I wanted to be the guy. I gotta go right before Brady. Shit, let me just go first.
Yeah.
Damn.
For sure. Man, that's gonna be hell of a class. 2027.
Yeah, man.
But we're gonna end up to finish up this show, man. So that's it for this week, man. We're not making the picks this week. The game, we're gonna, of course, 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. So next Tuesday night, we'll be getting on here talking more about our picks and what we think, who's gonna win it all. It's been a hell of a season, man. We're gonna continue on, as long as we can. And talking college basketball, Duke played North Carolina this weekend in college basketball. Lance, right? It's one of the biggest rivalries in all the sports. March Madness coming out. Let's go Duke. Yeah.
Let's go Duke.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Duke. It is a top 3 rivalry in sports. Period. I mean, I would argue, and we could argue. I would argue, even as a diehard Bulldog fan, the Duke Carolina basketball is probably the best rivalry in all of sports, especially collegiate sports.
Oh yeah,
man, it is. I agree. I agree. It's the shit. I can't stand North Carolina. Not as much as I can't stand Dallas, but it's damn close. Man, North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Let's go Duke.
Well, we finna end the show, man. We'll talk to y'all next week, man. And the Sports Code Podcast. Make sure to follow us on social media, man. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We all over the damn place. Spread the word, man. Yep. But we enjoyed being
handing out flyers at Dick's Sporting Goods. Come see me on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
There we go. All right, man. Well, on behalf of everybody on the team, on the squad, man, we'll see y'all next week. Peace out. Deuces. Oh, shit. I forgot the thing. I did it again.